Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Recording has started.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another week of Marvel Tales. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the Vengeance of Vagabond.
Justin the Owl grabbing the black and red and white costume.
Yes, I like this. I mean, I would have been fine if Steve Rogers had stayed with that U.S. agent costume.
Yeah, I love that costume.
But yes, kids, because yes, we are talking U.S. Agent tonight, a 4-issue miniseries from 1993 in honor of John Walker's appearance in the upcoming Thunderbolts movie.
That's right. Clicks and views, Phil.
That's right. We would have did more Thunderbolts more close to the movie, but yeah, we got a whole lot of Secret Wars coming up.
That's true. We wanted to devote some extra time to Secret Wars for understandable reasons. Yeah.
Both the original 2 miniseries. We'll tell you all about that later. But yes.
Yeah. But this one I had never read before.
Yes, that's why I'm interested in your thoughts on this. Yes.
Yeah.
Were you pleasantly surprised to see Vagabond?
I was. I love that. Yeah. I had always wondered what happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
And now I found out. Yeah. And she got a great ending to her personal story. It was fantastic. Yeah.
All right. So should we jump in?
Yes.
Here. Yes.
Indeed. Yeah.
All right. So the issue 1, which in my opinion might be probably the best
the
cover.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know what? I saw was it on Amazon? There's like a collection, a US Agent collection. It's like this miniseries. There's like a bunch of other stories.
Oh, really?
And they use this cover for the actual cover for the trade. Yeah.
Oh, good choice. Yeah. Awesome.
All right, so to issue 1, and of course, kids. I mean, I have the floppies of this, but it is on Marvel Unlimited also. So
it is, all 4 issues, which is nice.
I was pleasantly surprised about that.
Yes.
All right, so U.S. Agent number 1 from June 1993, Road to Redemption. Of course, one of our favorites, writer Mark Grunwald.
Yes, the legend.
Yes.
Yep.
Penciler MC Wyman, inker Keith Williams, colorist Bob Sharon, letterer Clem Robbins, and editor Nelly Omtov. U.S. Agent is angsty about his position with the West Coast Avengers. That could be any issue.
Imagine that.
Exactly. And saves one of the scourges of the underworld. In a seedy apartment building somewhere in Los Angeles, this might be a little out of order. In a seedy apartment building somewhere in Los Angeles, the Scourge of the underworld pays a visit to Manuel Eleganto, intending to kill him, but finds that he has reformed and is babysitting his sister's children. Eleganto says that he has paid his debt to society and stayed clean for years. He will never again dishonor his family as he did in his youth. The Scourge retorts that once a criminal, always a criminal, and is about to shoot him, but at the last moment, he cries out and runs out of the room. Running into Eleganto's sister on the way downstairs, he jumps into a gray van and starts to drive away. But someone named Domino asks him via the car radio what his mission status is. He destroys the radio. Somewhere over the Pacific Coast Highway outside Los Angeles, U.S. Agent is cruising on his Sky Cycle. Clint Barton over the radio tells him to remember the end of the summer bash to be held at the Avengers compound that night. Agent replies that he is busy and comes upon an old man changing his tire. He helps him out, and the man hands him a church program. He is a minister, and his name is Ned Nordstrom. He offers to help U.S. Agent with whatever is troubling him. Later, U.S. Agent pulls up to the Avengers compound, wondering about the old man and how he knew that something was troubling him. He hears the racket from the party and has to walk by it in order to get to his bungalow. A few of the other Avengers try to convince him to join the party, but he refuses. He goes to his room and mopes around, thinking that he doesn't fit in with these California clowns. Barton has left a life-size blow-up doll on his bed, which makes him even more upset. He reflects that all the other Avengers are just a bunch of goofballs, misfits, and slackers, and that it's amazing that they manage to do what little good they do. He is tempted to leave, but without him, this outfit would go to the dogs. He remembers his old dreams of power. Okay, kids, flashback, which led him to sign up for the Power Broker's grueling strength augmentation treatment. His dreams of glory, which led him to take on the guise of Super Patriot and challenge Captain America. And his dreams of honor, which caused him to accept government agent Val Cooper's offer to replace Captain America. However, as Captain America, he was forced to fight his old friends Jerome Johnson and Hector Lennox, who were calling themselves right and left winger. His parents were kidnapped and killed by a group of militants called the Watchdogs. After that, the government decided to fake his death so he could go undercover. They fashioned new identities for him while he laid low and trained like crazy. Then he was assigned to join the West Coast Avengers and keep an eye on them. In his opinion, they don't take their job seriously enough. The work superheroes do is what gives structure and meaning to their lives. He heads down to the communications center, unable to sleep due to the salsa music from the party, and greets Sandro's. There's nothing much going on, so he sits down to wait. It's not long before a woman calls in, saying she's in a bar and is being stalked by Scourge. Agent heads out to rescue her, thinking about the various Scourges on his way. He himself has encountered 3, and Captain America had a run-in with a 4th. He gets to the bar, and after a run-in with a bouncer, he finds the caller and gives her the code phrase, "Sheboygan makes good sausages." Oh, Mark.
Oh, man.
She says that her name is Lisa Winters, and the Scourge is after her. He shot out her tires a few blocks from here, but won't attack her while she's in the bar for fear of harming the lives of innocents. She claims that he is after her because he has mistaken her for her twin sister, Mysteria, a petty thief based in Las Vegas. He gets her out of the bar and has a fight with Scourge before finally bringing in the Quinjet to fly them to safety. The woman reveals that she is not actually Mysteria's sister, but is in fact Vagabond, a Scourge who chickened out on her first assignment. That's why the Scourges are after her. All right, so
Wow.
how's that for a first issue?
Yeah. A lot going on there, Phil.
I know,
Yeah.
even cramming in all that flashback, man. They really, Mark got some stuff in this.
That's impressive. Yeah.
So were you surprised at the end where you're like, Vagabond?
Yeah, I totally was. Absolutely. Yeah. I was really intrigued by the beginning, the opening, where we have that member of the Scourge of the underworld that kind of changes their mind and takes off in a split second. Yeah, that was cool. That really kind of set the theme for the rest of the story for me. And yeah, I laughed so hard at the part with the blow up doll on the bed. Oh man, that was hilarious. I thought, oh man, what are the West Coast Avengers doing over there?
I know,
crazy.
Man. Well, Hawkeye's divorced at this point, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's running a pretty loose ship, ain't he? Yeah. Wow.
And I love
no HR involved anywhere in here.
I know, and I love like Mark Gruenwald just like pulling stuff out of like Marvel history, like that the guy who's gonna get killed in the beginning there, the Matador, an old Daredevil villain from like the 60s. Right? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he still fits in time to have these really nice little scenes, like when he stops to help the dude with the car, the Reverend.
Yeah.
And has that conversation with him for a couple pages. Like that's still really nice.
Which we know he is like he is a U.S. agent, is like a somewhat religious. Remember that story from 3? Yeah.
I think he was a Baptist or something like that.
Yeah,
some southern denomination, but yeah. So they I mean, we'll see the Reverend in the rest of this miniseries, which is nice. Kind of gives him supporting character of his own, which is cool. And yeah, I get some eye candy because he's sprawling around on his bed and just a towel for a little bit. So I was absolutely pleased with this first issue.
It's so funny that party they're having because like everyone else is in full costume except for Wonder Man, who's just like in a bathing suit.
Yeah, he's got a Speedo on, like, oh, Simon.
But he still has like the wristbands on.
Yeah, the sunglasses, yeah. Yeah, and I also really laughed later on in this issue when Scourge attacks U.S. Agent. He uses the blow up doll as a dummy for Vagabond.
Yeah,
for Priscilla. Oh, I laughed so hard at that. I said, that's great. Yeah, I love it. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, because Scourge kind of shoots the Sky Psycho out of the air, and
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing's great. Yeah, when U.S. Agent meets her at the bar and that bouncer like tries to turn him back.
Yeah.
He's like, "This ain't no costume party," and he look who's talking, and just grabs the guy's wrist and like,
yeah,
I'm just bending it. Don't be such a baby.
Yeah, he's not a nice guy like Captain America.
Oh yeah, no.
He's gonna muscle his way into wherever he wants to go. I have to say too, I think that I have a feeling, maybe my intuition tells me that MC Wyman gets a lot of shit, but I actually like his artwork. I do. I feel like he has a really solid John Buscema influence, which is pretty obvious in certain panels, and I think it's great. I think he doesn't really get enough recognition for being a really dependable and solid artist for the 90s, because he wasn't copying Rob Liefeld or Jim Lee style or anything like that. He was trying to harken back to that classic Bronze Age style, or whatever you want to call it. Silver, you can call it Silver Age, I don't think, but Bronze Age style from Marvel, that kind of Marvel house style from the 60s or 70s, and bring it into the 90s and kind of update that aesthetic and make it still make it look good. And I think he did a great job of it in pretty much everything that I ever saw of his.
Oh yeah, I love his stuff.
Going back to the 90s here, bitch.
That's right. And we're in 90, what was this, 94? Yeah, 93. Yeah.
You know, solid. Like I've read this plenty of times, and I'm never like, oh, I wish someone else drew this. No, it's great.
Yeah, I remember when he was on Thor. I remember reading the letters pages, and some people were giving him some crap, but I always liked his stuff. I always enjoyed it.
I was just looking at his file here. Yeah, it says he worked for Marvel and Malibu.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he did. That's absolutely true. I have quite a few of his stuff over from the Malibu side as well.
But yeah, it says he's a penciler and a cover artist. Which again, he did that cover for issue. Well, I don't know.
Yes, but he did all these covers. Yeah. He's great. He's a great, solid, dependable, consistent artist.
Like I said, the issue 1, that cover, they use that for for a trade paperback, and they ain't doing that if they don't think that's going to draw people in.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, you want to do issue 2?
Yes.
All right. See, I love stuff like this, but I don't know if I don't know, comics these days, they feel like they have to do like big threats and stuff, but again, I like this, it's basically like very grounded, very street level.
Yeah.
Issue 2's cover, U.S. Agent's about to be run over by a van.
Yeah. Another great cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a world-ending threat, which was nice.
I don't need world threat ending every time.
But it was, like, as we'll see, it was a pretty involved conspiracy. We get to find out, like, who's the progenitor of this whole organization, who started this. in the first place, and that had been a mystery for years.
Oh yeah, since like the
Started that in the
80s.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think what 87 or 8.
Oh God, it might even been
86.
I mean, they started with like they'd show some criminal. Almost everybody's book. They were they show the Scourge going around like,
Spider-Man.
killing
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, for a whole year he was doing that.
Yeah.
I think that might have been 85 or 86. So this had been going on for years, man. And then we had that little bit of intrigue with the Red Skull saying that he was behind everything. But I never really bought that. I thought, that it kind of tracks a little bit that the Red Skull would want to eliminate some of his competition or some of the cannon fodder that could stand to get in his way of his own machinations. But I thought, I don't really know if that fits completely. I never completely accepted that. So I'm glad that we got a proper addressing of that story here.
Yeah, because I swear at some point, was it around Cap 393 or 394? I swear Grunwald had it where it's like, yes, the Red Skull wasn't behind the Scourge stuff, but he had like a sleeper Scourge in the organization.
Okay, yeah.
So I think he killed the guy. He's like, oh, how many villains have you killed? And he's like, well, how are you going to be an effective Scourge and get in that organization if you're not like killing like guys?
Right.
Think he failed to kill Gamecock,
Yeah. That's an instant out. Yeah.
All right. All right. So U.S. Agent number 2 from July 1993. Inside Moves. I got the same team here. Okay, it's a shorter one. All right. Lisa, quote unquote, reveals to U.S. Agent that she's Priscilla Lyons, briefly the adventurer Vagabond that joined the Scourge program to train after she failed to get powers from the power broker. With her help, U.S. Agent captures the new Scourge coming for her, stashing the prisoner with the reluctant Reverend Nordstrom. Walker attempts to impersonate the captured Scourge in an attempt to infiltrate the organization, but gets found out by Caprice as soon as she comes to pick him up. So,
yeah, another cliffhanger ending. I love it. They just keep it rolling.
Oh yeah. Oh, Grunwald. Grunwald's the best.
Although I laughed out loud at that last panel because it looks like he's doing an O face.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my. Did he get shot with bullets or with like some type of psychedelic mushrooms or something?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like, maybe it didn't knock him out, but it just like paralyzed him or something.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to. Oh, yeah, that part. That's so funny because she actually shows up wearing this like tight black dress, and he's like, nothing concealed in that outfit, weapons or otherwise.
Exactly. Yeah. Unless they're in her prison purse.
Oh my. Hey, man, when you're a spy, man, you got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
Oh,
that's right. It's all part of the job.
But yeah, again, I don't mind the flashbacks because first issue we got the U.S. Agent flashbacks. This time we get the Vagabond flashback.
Yeah, and I mean that was really useful because I mean at this point, 1993, like who would know who Vagabond even is at this point?
Well, yeah, it's like she kind of like, well, she was in like one backup, and it was like a U.S. Agent backup, but she didn't do a lot after the Captain storyline. Like that one backup story,
the one with the power broker, and then there was that brief one after that, but that was it.
That's so funny, her explaining to U.S. Agent who she is. I mean, meanwhile, in the flashbacks, you see her shaking hands with someone wearing that same costume, but it's
I know, it's so funny. Yeah, I was surprised that she trained to be a Scourge of the Underworld herself after that encounter. I thought, wow, I would not have guessed that would happen with her.
But that whole thing from the flashbacks was where Scourge has her at gunpoint. U.S. Agent comes in and takes Scourge down, and the whole thing with Dr. Malice.
Malice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if that's the point. Was that the story? God, was it? Yeah, I think did U.S. Agent do it? I think that was the story where the power broker gets caught in his own machine and becomes so muscle bound he can't move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was in the backup with
Mhm.
what was it? I think it was in the back of the Bloodstone Hunt.
It might have been, yeah, because I think
it was.
I think it was because then in the Streets of Poison backup, Power Broker has his guys kidnapping every strength augmented person they can.
Yes.
So they study so they can reverse the process on the Power Broker. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to do a ton of those summer stories next year.
Yes. Maybe we'll do like a whole summer of just Captain America summer stories like that.
I mean, it may seem obvious, but maybe July.
Yeah. We could do 2 months of those.
Oh God, yeah.
There's certainly enough of them.
Bloodstone Hunt, Streets of Poison. I mean, we can
Superior Stratagem.
Yes. I mean, we could also do. I mean, even we just wanted to do the Captain America issues of Acts of Vengeance or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. We haven't done those yet.
Yeah. Oh, because somebody's favorite biscuit shows up in at least one or two.
Oh, I know. Yeah. And they throw down too. It's hot.
My favorite biscuit.
It's hot. I love that one.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we'll do some summer of Cap maybe next year.
Yeah.
I
love this.
I love the porno theater.
Oh God, yeah.
It's so funny. I was like, I was not expecting that either. I was like, wow, Mark Grunwald taking us to the porno theater in a U.S. Agent story. I mean, it's great because it also illustrates how vastly different this is from a Captain America story.
Oh yeah.
You really wouldn't see this.
Although we've seen Captain America in a strip club. We
have, but not with the regularity that you might see this in a U.S. Agent story, perhaps.
But Blowtorch, how was it? I don't know if I was even familiar with that. Again, Grunwald just pulling from
all these D-list villains.
The deep history of Marvel, man.
Yeah. I love it. He knows them all.
Peter Brand Blowtorch, because I was like, wait, it's not Firebrand. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. I see okay. I just hit the thing. He had fire immunity. He was entirely fireproof and could ingest flames and be set on fire completely unharmed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess he's he's probably an arsonist, maybe, because
behind
the fire. Oh my. First appearance, Defenders 135.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
1984. And yes, it's confirmed here. This issue was his death.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Claimed by the Scourge.
I don't know. I think Grunwald's cleaning up some continuity too. It's like, a lot of D-listers who only made one or two appearances.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably had a whole file of like characters who only had one or two appearances, and that's it.
He was. I mean, him and Mark Grunwald or Mark Waid, they were like kings of like Marvel history and continuity.
Yeah, I love that so much.
Because I think wasn't Grunwald kind of like in charge of like the handbook, the Marvel handbook?
He was.
Yeah.
Yep, that was his baby. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know he loved all that stuff. It seemed like.
Yeah.
It's like more. Hey Mark, you got any obscure characters you can throw at us?
Oh baby.
Yeah. He's like, I know a few. Yeah, and I get some more eye candy in this issue, Phil.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe this too. U.S. Agent ripping all the clothes off of the Scourge, right down to his underwear, down to his speed. I was like, damn, what? I guess I'm not reading a Captain America story, that's for sure. and then they take him to the dude's to the church.
Mm-hmm.
The dude's asleep. The Reverend's asleep. They wake him up. They're like, hey, we need to stash this guy in his underwear in your basement and don't let him out under any circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I know. I love when the reference. Like
Great.
when I told you to help you, this isn't what I had in mind.
Yeah, and when you come back, we're gonna have a long talk, you and me.
Oh yeah, he says you must promise me this in return for helping you safeguard this man in my cellar. We will talk, you and I, for a period of time as long as your prisoner is held here.
Yes, for the entire duration. Yeah. I said, well, that's it.
Yep.
You got your deal. But then he goes and meets Domino, and she gives him the O face at the very end with the gun. I thought, oh no.
Well, that's not Domino.
No, that's right. This Caprice. Yeah.
Because US Agent is going to try to be the Scourge they captured, so it'll take him back.
The Caprice. Yeah.
Hides his shield, shrinks him down with shrinks it down with the old pin particles.
Yes. Yeah.
Puts in his belt buckle. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. And I love her purple car. It's very flashy. Very flashy. I want one of those. I want one of those. That same color. I want
it. But somehow, Caprice finds out, he's not the Scourge she's looking for. So it looks like she shoots him. So it looks like he's dead on that last page. But
yeah, it does look like that. Or he's having some fun. He's thinking about his trip to the porn theater.
Oh God. I know, man. That was weird, man. Yeah, because Scourge goes in there, puts a silencer on, just sits behind the guy and shoots him through
the seat. Yeah.
I wonder,
man, you're not even going to let him enjoy this porno in peace? Wow, that's cold, man.
I was trying to remember. It was 93. I wonder if was Mark inspired by like the Pee Wee Herman thing?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, because that was in the news big time, wasn't it? Yeah. I didn't think of that. You could be right. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I love it. Oh my God, so funny.
Yeah, man, you can't. Well, if you're any famous person, you don't want to be caught there. But especially if you had a children's show, you don't want to be caught there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so we get to the next issue.
Yeah, number 3.
We're getting crazier and crazier here.
We are, and we're gonna have another cliffhanger ending.
Yep, and another obscure character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so a muscle bound blonde and chained to the wall. I don't know if this is Justin's house or Lil's house.
Oh yeah,
but I guarantee you it's on both their hard drives.
Absolutely. You would be right about that wager.
Oh my. All right. Okay, another short synopsis, but there's a big thing with notes here, so we'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah.
Caprice of the Scourge program has captured U.S. agent, along with the Scourge agent Bloodstain. She drugs and interrogates him in a steam chamber in an attempt to learn his secret identity. Oh God, this is on your hard drive. Bloodstain. That is such a effing 90s name.
It is. I was laughing so hard about that. I thought Bloodstain. Oh no.
Can you imagine? Oh God, that'd be like if Hydra Man showed up. He's like, I am Wet Spot.
Puddle. I am Mud Puddle.
I am the Sweat.
I am the Trickle. Fear me.
Oh my. Once they get enough information to peg him as John Walker, Bloodstain brings him out of his trance while pretending to be his long-lost brother Mike, a soldier whose death was fake so he could enter the CIA's Scourge program. John hesitates to believe the story, but it's plausible with the seed planted. Bloodstain offers U.S. agent his own place within the Scourge program. And again, we realize that they even mentioned Domino, but yes, we get this guy in a Domino mask and a like a little bowler hat. So
Yeah, we'll see.
who I remember reading this, I'm like, I don't think I've seen Domino before. This Domino before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was doing my homework before this. His first appearance was Rampaging Hulk #4 from 1977.
Oh my word! Wow.
And I don't know if
another
it was,
callback to the 70s.
yeah, and like I was saying, I think this might have been his only story because it wasn't the Hulk he was up against. Domino worked for a conspiracy where his role to keep Samantha Eden away from Ulysses Bloodstone in order to kill Bloodstone. He did, eventually revealing Eden his intentions. Then he left. The conspiracy then stopped existing. And then, then the next thing they mention is this miniseries. So I think he was in one Ulysses Bloodstone story, and then he appears here.
Oh, wow.
Where it says, oh, yeah, at some point he must have hooked up with, the guy, the real power behind the Scourge program. It's like,
yes.
Wow.
That is a deep cut indeed. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I remember the conspiracy guys. As a matter of fact, Mark Grunwald used them earlier in the Bloodstone hunt. When Captain America was looking for something, he came across their lair where a bunch of them were dead.
Yeah, it was like the aftermath of like one of those Ulysses Bloodstone stories. It's like, wow. Oh no, yeah, because it was in the beginning because he was going through those like catacombs because because they activated her emergency signal or whatever.
Yeah, he came across their hideout and stuff, and he found their dead bodies, and they'd been dead for quite some time. So the humans were just a skeleton, but he found this dead dolphin. I was like, "What's this dolphin doing down here?" And that's what piqued my curiosity. And then when I found out more about the conspiracy from the Bloodstone stuff, I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. I like that."
Oh yeah. All right, so yeah, I just mentioned Domino because in this notes it says Domino's computer search in an attempt to determine U.S. agent's identity displays the names of several patriotic heroes from throughout Marvel's history, including 6 entries for Captain America and 3 for Bucky. It's not clear to whom all these entries refer, as the information available to the Scourge program might be incomplete and unaware of times someone wearing the mantle was a different person, as when the government attempted to cover up the first Cap and Bucky's death when replacing them with William Nosland and Fred Davis, or when the person wearing the mantle was the same, but it was presented to the public as someone different, as when Steve Rogers faked his death to restore his secret identity in Captain America 114.
Right, yeah.
There are also some wearers of the mantle that may or may not count according to lists, such as Robert Russo, who publicly took on the mantle of Captain America only to instantly give it up as soon as he failed at the requisite acrobatics. That might have been during the Scourge stuff, because there was a bunch of like regular guys trying to fill in for Captain America.
Oh, right. And then there was that Roscoe guy too, right?
Oh yeah, I think that's what brought Steve back, because I think the Red Skull killed that dude. I think, yeah.
Yeah, we're counting Roscoe in that tally too, I think.
Oh, that's the other thing. Is the Nomad story on our list?
Oh yes, I put that on the list for next year. Absolutely. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if we need another episode or 2 for the summer of Cap next year, that might be a good one.
Oh, true. Yeah, we could do a couple of episodes on that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh god, we could do the what was that, the Secret Empire stuff right before that too.
Yes.
The reason he gives up being Cap.
Yeah. I think I have all of that in an Epic collection. Yeah.
I think they might be on the app too. I have some of those. Yeah.
I love it.
As such, there are more potential identities for heroes than those listed. See the disambiguished bait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's such a again. That was them tying up continuity back in the day, because Cap appeared, I think, sporadically through the 50s. At least in the early 50s, like Cap and Bucky. But then, Stan had Steve go in the ice in 1945. So they're like, well, we have all these appearances of Captain America after that.
Right.
It was different people.
It was different people. Yeah. I love this. This is great. And the whole thing with Bloodstain posing as the brother, I thought, damn, they're pulling out all the stops here.
Yeah.
Torturing him in that sweat chamber. I was like, yikes.
Oh yeah, drugging him and all that.
Yeah.
And they didn't come to it right away about he's John Walker, because they're like, oh, his name's either John or Jack, and
Jack Daniels.
John Walker and Jack Daniels. I know.
Yeah, I forgot it was Jack Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think at first they thought first got Jack Daniels out of him, and they're like, I think Domino's like, yeah, the only Daniels I have in my database is Drew Daniels, the Texas Twister.
The Texas Twister. And this definitely isn't that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was cool. We got these flashbacks to when he essentially killed the left and right winger duo, and the stuff in the beginning. Yeah, I really liked it. It was cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we get to the last issue, so we find out who's behind all this.
The thrilling conclusion.
Oh yeah. All right.
Another great cover too.
Oh yeah.
That man is not happy.
Oh no.
He's not having a good day, and he is not happy.
All right, and again, they kind of give you a clue on that cover about who's involved, who's behind this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although, talk about the deep dive on a character. I mean, that's
character. That's one for the history books.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. So, U.S. Agent number 4 from September 1993, Field of Angels. All right, same team. As U.S. Agent attempts to transport Priscilla and the prisoner, they're attacked by 2 Scourges, Caprice and Bloodstain, disguised. As they tailed him to the Reverend's house, the prisoner Scourge gets killed by his erstwhile allies, but one of the Scourges is wounded and has to retreat, and the other, revealed to be Caprice, gets captured by Walker and Lyons. Interrogating Caprice leads U.S. Agent to Domino, who leads him to the palatial estate of the true originator of the Scourge program, Tom Holloway, former Golden Age hero, the Avenging Angel. So yes, kids, not the X-Men character, the Avenging Angel of the 40s.
The 40s, before the X-Men and all those other folks.
Exactly. That grand comic book tradition of reusing names.
Yes. Yeah, just like the Human Torch and all those. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, that's right. All the way back to the beginning. His first appearance, Marvel Comics #1.
Wow. That's wild.
Yeah, so he was there. He appeared the same day as Namor and the original Human Torch. Yeah. Oh wow, I don't know where they got that picture from in the entry there, but yeah, see him there, just like
oh yeah.
He just looks like he's falling, shooting guns from both hands. There's like a shot up Nazi flag behind him.
Nice. Yeah.
Punch
those Nazis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Holloway is an old man confined to a wheelchair now, but claims he hooked up with Domino after his retirement to redeem his past failures to stop criminals. Unsympathetic, U.S. Agent declares his intent to bring Holloway to justice and shut down the program, except there's still one Scourge left. Bloodstain reveals himself and tries to kill Walker, who is sure by now that the story of his long-lost brother was a lie, along with the CIA backing. During the fight, Walker is nearly crushed by the collapsing angel statue the statues that line Holloway's garden, but instead, two statues miraculously fall into each other and spare him, an event he can't help but take as a sign. He then charges Bloodstain, whose gunfire ricochets off U.S. Agent's shield and back into his own head.
Yeah, oops.
I love when John goes, boy, he couldn't have picked a more apt name.
Yeah. Yeah.
With no one left to protect him, Holloway is left to be taken to justice. Later, a recovering U.S. agent has his talk with Reverend Nordstrom, hoping that, unlike the fallen angel, he'll find the true path to redemption.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So, yeah, what'd you think of this one?
I love this revelation about the origins of how the Scourge organization began in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it totally makes sense that it would be this crime fighter from the 40s who he had seen it all and he had enough. And decided to do something about it and formed this clandestine, secret, shadowy organization of vigilante killers. I loved it. Yeah, and the thing with Bloodstain was great. Like, I, I confess that I did laugh when at the end when he when he was killed from the ricochet of his own weapon, because again, like that wouldn't be something that Steve would do. Like, Steve would have thrown his shield and disarmed Bloodstain rather than just like pressing down on him with the shield while he's still blasting at him.
Oh yeah,
because he knew full well, John Walker knew full well what was going to happen, and didn't care about the consequences. Like, he was like, yeah, whatever. Go ahead and try to shoot me through the shield. Try it.
Well, that's why that's why I like this character, just like Ben Reilly, because it's like they're not Captain America, they're not Spider-Man. You're gonna get something different.
Yeah, the darker side of that.
Yeah,
the darker shade of that character, at times. Yeah,
because a lot of times it'll be like, well, I don't know what he's gonna do next.
Yeah, and that adds an element of unpredictability to it for the reader as well, because you're not really sure what he's going to do next.
Oh yeah,
like, I wasn't prepared for him ripping all the clothes off the Scourge, and the other one I was like, what just happened? Wow. And then this thing with him basically killing Bloodstain at the end, I thought, yeah, that's great, because that just perfectly illustrates the difference between these two characters. And I liked how Mark Grunwald specifically and purposefully, during this time period of writing this character, made him not just, especially with his time in the West Coast Avengers, knowing that was going on parallel to all this stuff, made him not just Marvel's Guy Gardner. You know what I mean? Like, having this jerk on the team that everybody can't stand. There's a constant antagonistic foil to everybody else. They don't want him on the team. He's kind of foisted upon them, and they're resentful about it. And that was, to a certain extent, the dynamic with the West Coast Avengers for a while. But we also get these great glimpses into the inner workings of his character, where you see he's not just a military-minded jerk. He's got redeeming qualities. He is a hero. He's a good guy. He just kind of stops and helps the Reverend change his flat tire, and the Reverend's like, "You're an Avenger. Don't you have something else to do?" And he's like, "Not right now, I don't." I mean, he's a good guy deep down. He's got a good heart. He's got a big heart. And
he is religious, and again, especially now, because he's looking for forgiveness, or because after the whole left and right winger thing,
right? And we see glimpses into his past, of the things that he's done, of the bad things that he's done as well. And this is perfect too. This whole miniseries is excellent for readers who aren't familiar with this character to get a glimpse into his entire history and get a sense of what recent events have done to him as a character. And you've got to put yourself in his position. If you saw your parents gunned down in front of you, like, how would you react? If you saw your best friend, like, if you had your secret identity exposed to the entire world live on national television by these guys, like, how would you react? How would you deal with it? It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting the way that Mark uses those flashbacks strategically throughout the story.
Yes, how would you react if your parents were murdered in front of you?
Batman, my favorite character.
I'm sorry.
If it were me, I would have done what John Walker did.
Oh yeah,
I would have gone absolutely bonkers ape shit, and there would have been a massive body count as a result of that.
But yeah, I mean, again, through all the flashbacks, if you don't know who U.S. Agent is, you kind of know who U.S. Agent is. You know who Vagabond is. You even get it might just like a page or two, but just like who the 40s Angel was and stuff.
I know, yeah. All these deep dive characters, and these one shot characters only appeared, one or two times in their entire history. I love it.
And I mean, yeah, this whole thing is just like, if you love spy stories, this is like a great spy story.
Mm.
It's like the whole Mission Impossible thing, like when he gets to the Angel's estate, and then it looks like he's been pushed in his wheelchair by a chubby nurse, but then it's bloodstained. He pulls off the woman mask, and he was wearing his bloodstained mask underneath.
He's got his gun strapped to his leg. Yeah, yeah. I know.
The old comic book trope of I'm wearing two masks. Oh,
so funny.
Oh yeah, I don't think the summary even said, yeah, one of those falling statues crushes Domino and kills him.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
And again, making everything so ironic, because again, he's like, the statue's falling over like Dom. Boom. Like he's gonna say,
thump. Yeah. I loved that too. The way that whole thing with the statues collapsing was really well done.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
But
yeah, the art was great in this, and yeah.
Oh yeah, so many good visuals in this, like when the two Scourges come for the captured Scourge, and get the bloodstains, like, toss him out of the car and we won't kill you. And
yeah,
he like slams the door shut on him, and US Agent just comes through the roof of the car with his shield and
slings the shield at him.
Yeah, lots of good visuals. Yeah, the bloodstained death because he's shooting at US Agent. He's just leaping at him, so the bullets are just ricocheting closer and closer.
Yeah. And those Scourge guys are cold, man. There was the one that was in his Speedos that had been screaming this whole time, please, I'm starving to death. Blah. He'd been through all this stuff. He's desperately wriggling away. His hands bound behind him. He's blindfolded. He's almost naked. And the other dude just shoots him in the back of the head. I'm like, oh man, that's cold stuff. Wow.
I know, that's the other thing. I mean, I know he wasn't John's brother, but that's the other one I was like, man, I want to know more about this guy. Like, how did this guy,
Yeah.
Who was this guy? Was he, was he a psychopath, or was he just...
Yeah, exactly. What's his backstory?
Because I don't think Grunwald was going to leave that open for that to actually be John's brother, but I was just like...
Yeah. Here's another difference between Steve Rogers and John Walker, the scene with Caprice. He leans over and he says, if you don't cooperate, I'll see to it you bleed to death. You got me? He whispers in her ear so the Reverend can't hear him say it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. I'll let you bleed to death, he says. I thought, wow.
Oh yeah, this is good. Oh yeah, and then when they're about to shoot Vagabond, he's the one Scourge. I think it's Capri. She's no innocent. The U.S. Agent. She is. She's never killed anyone or committed a crime. She's not eligible for sanctioning.
Right. Yeah.
That Vagabond kicks her in the face.
Yeah. Kicks her in the face. Oh my God. This is the vengeance of Vagabond right here. Front row seat.
But yeah, I do like that. Yeah, like Grunwald will like pick up a character, because again, except for that backup, we really hadn't seen her since the captain stuff.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I always wondered what happened with her. And yeah, Mark Grunwald must have had an affection for that character because he used her quite a bit. And I think he was really the only one who did.
She was almost like the every person view into the story, because she basically originally just put that identity together so she can hang out with Nomad. But yeah.
Yeah, but here we get some solid backstory for her as well.
Pete Hegson. What? What, Noel?
I don't know. We get some backstory into her as well, because we have some stuff about her brother who died of an overdose while she was away doing this other stuff. While she was doing like her Vagabond stuff and her post Vagabond stuff as well with the power broker and all that. While that was going on, her brother died of a drug overdose, and it changed something in her and made her want to go out and get some personal vengeance, and it brought out a darker side in her, which we see in this story. I don't remember seeing her this kind of embittered and ready to shoot somebody like she does in this issue. Issue number 4, she just opens up and just shoots that Scourge right in the gut. I think it was Caprice, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she's had a hard life. I think that's the first time we see her. It might have been like Cap 325 or something. Like, I think she asked Jack Monroe to help her track down her brother because he's like working for the Slug or something. Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. So he's bringing that back, and he wrote that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was him, and I think Paul Neary was the artist for that one, right?
Yeah.
But,
So I think the brother was almost pretty much everyone she had left, and then after Nomad kind of dumps her, it's like that's when you get that backup. I think it's like she was either the power brokers guys were trying to kill her, or I think the power broker was going to exchange certain services for the strength augmentation process.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
U.S. agent, fake Captain America, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense. Come on, guys. Sorry, Noel, we're not as highbrow. You know what, Noel? I'm trying to ignore as much as I can. It's tunes that crap out.
Yeah. This is our window out of that bullshit for a little while. Yeah. But yeah, I wonder if I saw that there was another U.S. agent miniseries. Did you read that one? The 2000. It was 2001.
I did. I've only read it once or twice, but God, was that was there one around maximum security or something? There's one where it's so weird. They kind of give him like a Judge Dredd helmet or something. It's so weird.
Yeah, no, that outfit was so strange. Yeah, that was maximum security. I think that might have been it, right? 2001. I think
so.
The year of that stuff.
There was one. God, what was it, like 28? It might have been 2018. Hold on, I might have it right here. Oh, 2020. Yeah. Because I know me and Charlie were talking about it when it came out, but it wasn't bad. But it was weird because it's like he doesn't have his original shield, so he keeps like having to replace like
oh yeah,
shields that keep getting damaged and stuff. Yeah, I mean it was fine, but
no.
Hold on. Yeah. The 2001 one it's 3 issues. It's on the app. But yeah, it was that weird look. Yeah,
that one. Yes. Yeah. When he had that weird like stun baton thing, I was like, yeah, man, that's kind of a ripoff of Judge Dredd, like on the face.
And then was there a point? Was it like Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts or something? I think later on where it's like, I think he had somebody like injured his legs or something. He lost one or both.
Oh yeah, or his arms or something.
And he was like the warden of one of those super prisons or something.
Yeah,
weird.
He like got turned into a cyborg or something at some point. Yeah.
Oh, Noel says, "Okay, dummies." Oh God, Judge Dredd, Dave Finn's favorite. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's true. He probably has a helmet on his desk.
Was cranking me, honk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were the only 3 miniseries U.S. Agent got. Never got an ongoing. Which is I found weird because it's like Thunderstrike got an ongoing, War Machine got an ongoing.
I know, and I wonder if this was intended to be like the springboard for that. But again, I mean, he's just not as likable a character as James Rhodes or
Eric Masterson,
or even Ben Reilly.
Yes.
Like he has that edge to him that people don't like, which I totally understand. Like, and again, it goes back to his checkered past. It goes back to the fact that he was kind of forced on the Avengers. Like they didn't get to pick this guy. Like the government says, you're going to accept him in your ranks, and you've got no say about it.
It was pretty much Byrne winning a Captain America on the West Coast Avengers.
Right. Exactly.
Although he lasted pretty much from there till the end of the series.
He did. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here's another one. I've only read it once years ago, but Could do that one day.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Isn't that Ravonna?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Also from 93, like later on in the same year. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I read all of that.
I'm trying to remember if I did or not, but yeah, it's been a while since I've read any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, we could totally do that one. How many issues was that?
4.
Okay, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, we could crank that out in this episode.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cranking the hog.
Oh,
Cranking the hog.
There's a bunch of stuff. All right. Oh God! And then remember that talking about bad U.S. agent costumes. Remember that one from Force Works?
Yes,
Oh,
from Force Works. That was
such a '90s costume.
I don't know which one I like worse, the Judge Dredd one or that one.
You know, it was that '90s look where the rest of the head was covered, but the face was open.
Yeah, and he had the photonic light shield. I was like, oh, this stinks, man.
I know.
That costume was so bland and uninteresting.
Unlike Scarlet Witches, I could get behind that. Kids, if you don't know, if you're too young, in the '90s, man, superheroes wore costumes. You could tell their personal grooming habits.
Absolutely. They did not hold back with the Scarlet Witch in the '90s.
Oh no.
They kept her covered up for many years, and like, you know what? She's shedding some of these layers.
Oh, maybe that's an episode for you, me, and Lilith. Sexiest hero costumes of the '90s.
Yes, the fantastic, the Sue Storm,
woman, yeah,
Invisible Woman costume from the '90s, from the Fantastic Four. We could do.
I know. Some owl was going to throw in shirtless Thor.
Definitely shirtless Thor. You could do Cersei's costume from the '90s with the boots. Remember from the Gatherer stuff.
Can always be reconfigured however she wishes.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so many different.
Here's my question: would you throw on Crystal's pea crotch costume?
Oh, where it looks like she's wearing some nasty old diapers underneath. No thanks. Yeah,
I'm sure there's some freaks in that. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just looking at this Force Works stuff. I was gonna say, yeah, sometimes you gotta talk me. Even Lilith have to talk me down because sometimes, even if it's a bad story, I'm like, let's do it. I want to just rip the hell out of it.
Yeah. Some of that Force Works stuff is good though.
Yeah.
Like I like that character.
What
character Century?
Yes,
I thought he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about that series. The writing was decent, the art was good. Like,
I remember issue 1, they kill Wonder Man. I was like, oh, that's fake. He'll be back next issue. Then it's like, okay, not in 2. In issue 3, oh my god,
no! I kept waiting. I was like, wait a minute.
Hey man, they gave Wonder Man the humane treatment. They killed him off and did not bring him back till after Heroes Reborn.
Yes, they spared him that entire indignity. And the Onslaught stuff.
I just feel it sucks because they probably canceled his series just because Heroes Reborn was coming.
Well, maybe.
Well, I think they were trimming down the line too. They cut like half the books. So
yeah, I don't think it had been doing well up to that point because those last handful of issues.
Yeah, when they switched to creative.
When they switched, I'm still missing some of those, and I still don't own them because they're quite pricey, and I don't feel like spending that much for them.
But yeah, I mean, the economy and stuff. But it's like I feel like they didn't want to leave anybody who could reform the Avengers while the rest of them were in Heroes Reborn. It's like because Rhodey lost his armor, Thunderstrike got killed, so he couldn't have another Iron Man.
Yeah.
I was just saying, what was U.S. Agent doing? But yeah, Wonder Man. They killed Wonder Man off. So really making it difficult to reform an Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing we should read from that Heroes Reborn time. Heroes for Hire. Did you ever read that one? Was it 97?
Which? Oh no, the 97 one. No, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh, so there's
I did not.
There's some good stuff in there.
Hmm.
I know Hercules and some of that.
Yeah, yeah. I had an interest in that a little bit at the time.
Yeah, it's
97, I had gone out of Marvel a little bit. I wasn't really reading much.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was
Marvel at that time.
19 issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd be interested in revisiting that at some point.
There's some good stuff in there. Oh yeah. Scott Lang's in there. Oh yeah. Jim Hammond's running Oracle in this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jim Hammond's in there. That's right.
The Black Knight returns. Yes.
Right. Yeah. And he's actually using a sword in that one, isn't he? He's not.
Yeah, he's like there's like a bunch of
lightsaber.
Yeah, like Matt. Yeah, no. It's like there's some magic, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a decent.
Yeah. Who wrote that one?
That was. I'm trying to remember if he wrote it the whole time. Oh, the first issue, Roger Stern plot, John Ostrander script.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I'm trying to remember.
John Ostrander.
I'm trying to remember if he wrote it the whole time or not. Let's go to 19, the last issue with the gratuitous Wolverine on the cover. Oh yeah, the last issue, Ostrander's still writing it. So.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. One of my favorite writers as well. That kind of sweetens the deal.
Oh yeah. There was a She-Hulk appearance or two in here. That's
nice.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there's a that's right. There's a Deadpool issue. There's a Punisher issue. Oh, hey, look, issue 7. They team up with those other those brand new heroes, the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, those brand new heroes. Yeah.
Oh, that was such a crazy time. All right.
Funny.
All right, Justin. Anything else?
No, yeah. Did you have any final thoughts about the miniseries, Phil?
Again, I love this miniseries. I can't tell you how many times I've read this thing.
Oh, you've read it a lot, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like I was picking it up off the newsstand. I mean, when this thing was coming out, yeah.
Nice.
Because again, I liked what Grunwald was doing with U.S. Agent and Captain America, and I was just like, a U.S. Agent. And I was reading West Coast Avengers too, so I was like, and a U.S. Agent miniseries, nice.
Yeah. Mark Grunwald can do no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah,
that's why I don't care if it's U.S. Agent. I don't particularly like the character himself. Like I could take him or leave him depending on who's writing him. But if Mark Grunwald's writing him, then I'm definitely dialed in. I'm definitely interested because I know he's going to do something interesting with the character, and he always has. And it was really nice for me after 30 years to finally find out what happened to Priscilla, to Vagabond, and to get some closure with her story, and also to figure out who was behind the Scourge of the Underworld in the first place. That was great.
Yeah, that's like those late 80s like mysteries Marvel had running for years. It's like the Scourge thing, who's the Hobgoblin, which they would go back and fix in the the late 90s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they had a lot of like stuff, long running stuff. And again, that's what comes of letting creators on books for several years.
That's right.
Which they don't.
When you let them stay on for more than 5 years, they can actually.
God, I don't think most of them. I don't think get more than like a year or two anymore.
Yeah, I know.
But again, I think it's like a combination of like, oh, hey, we're gonna bring in new people, see if we can boost these numbers, and two, it's like people aren't making money on the book, so it's like, I'm on Spider-Man, I'm on the flagship book, that's nice, but I ain't making money. It's good exposure, but
exactly, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, I think that covers it. Yeah, this was a really enjoyable mini-series, and I'd be interested in covering that 2001 one as well and seeing what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
God, next year's gonna fill up real quickly, all Cap and USAH.
Well, we can do just that one episode of US Agent.
Yes,
a whole month of him. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, kids, it begins next week. Secret War, the original Secret Wars, the 12-issue series. So, yes, for the next 3 episodes, we're going to cover 4 issues at a time. So, yes, 1 through 4, then 5 through 8, then 9 through 12. And again, most of the Marvel superheroes at the time, a good bit of villains, and of course, our old buddy Doom's going to be there too. So,
Oh yeah.
and the first appearance of the it doesn't really appear, but the first story with the Beyonder in it. So,
yeah. This is where it all begins.
and then after that, yeah, we're gonna do Secret Wars 2 with all its various crossover issues and the main miniseries. So yeah, it's gonna be limited. Yeah, no X-Men classics in May, and then I think you're getting like one episode in June and one in July. So
Yeah.
But again, the X-Men will be in there in Secret Wars 1.
That's right. That is everyone in the Marvel universe.
Yep.
Everyone will be in there.
Name someone from that time, and they appear in Secret Wars 2. Even if it's just like a tie-in issue. I mean, Rom's in there, the Micronauts.
Yeah. Go. It's like a time capsule of Marvel in the 80s, and so is Secret Wars too. Like Secret Wars 1 and 2 are both a time capsule of just everyone that was in the Marvel universe in the 80s at that point in time. Both
our good friends, Alpha Flight are in Secret Wars.
Alpha Flight, I know, yeah.
The Avengers.
The Power, I think Power Pack.
I think.
Don't we have a Power Pack issue in there somewhere? I could have sworn I saw one.
I see Power Man and Iron Fist. We'll get an issue. Oh yes, Power Pack is in there too.
Yes, right. I thought there was. Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger, yes.
Cloak and Dagger, it is. It's a total time capsule.
Oh yeah, an issue of the Things solo series. Yeah,
Thing, yeah.
Spider-Man, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Mutants. Yeah, everyone pretty much.
Oh man, yeah, it's wild.
Pretty much, if you had a book, what was that in 1985? Yeah, you're in the.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, that Daredevil issue. That's right. Oh, wait, I can't wait till we talk to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Beyonder makes Daredevil quite a deal.
Yeah. He says, if you teach me how to pee, I'll restore your sight.
Ah, well, close, but it's not peeing. He said that for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh, also, speaking of Grunwald, Captain America 308, I think that's one of his first issues on the series. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It might be, if not the first, it might be like the second or third issue.
It's one, it's right around there.
It's an early Grunwald.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right.
So if you're a fan of Grunwald, you don't want to miss Secret Wars.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's early on too. That's like the first episode we're doing on Secret Wars too. So
yeah.
All right. So yes, lots of Secret Wars coming, kids. So
yes,
here's your thoughts. That's what we need to do for Secret Wars 1, and then definitely for Secret Wars 2. Like just remember, maybe as we finish each one, what your favorite moment was, or so, or a list of your favorite moments.
Yeah.
And if any of our friends want to join us, Russell, Lilith, Ray, that Noel Tate seems to have thoughts on everything. Maybe he wants to join us for an episode. I think that's the one Marvel character that doesn't show up in Secret Wars 2, Howard the Duck.
Oh yeah.
Although I can't remember. It's so long I read it. Yeah.
I don't know what he was up to at that point in the mid 80s. I think he was off doing something else.
I know Death appears. All right, kids. So busy time coming up here. So yes,
that's right.
Send us your thoughts. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find pretty much anything we've ever done at CapesLunatics.wordpress.com. And you can support us by buying merch for our merch on TeePublic or Spring. And of course, the best way, Lilith's favorite way, is just to rain random money on us through the Cash App link per her threat.
Make it rain.
Make it rain.
That's right. And not bullets, kids. Money.
That's right.
We need the money. Gimme.
And of course, the Patreon, where Lilith and I give you exclusive, uncensored content every month. And when you are a subscriber, like our good friend Justin here, you can request topics for us to discuss. Doesn't have to be comics; it can be anything. So yeah, throw us some curveballs. Tell us what you want us to discuss. I'm waiting because I think for the month of well, by the time this airs, March will be over. But I believe for March, Lilith's going to pick some sexy comics, either Red Sonja or something. I'm still.
Ooh, okay, nice.
Might do another Boob Windows and Long Boxes. So.
Oh yeah, I love those.
And again, yeah, listen to any of our shows on here. This is the censored us, so Patreon completely uncensored. So
you guys also haven't done this, that, or the third in a while.
Yeah.
You could do one of those too.
Yeah.
So many options.
I want to interview one of Lilith's himbos. Dude, bro, man.
Tell us your stories. Yeah.
Oh my God. You see how far I gone Call of Duty, bro. All right. So yeah, just join the page, sign up for the Patreon, patreon.com/Capes and Lunatics.
It's brutal than ever.
And yes, kids, I'm legally allowed to make fun of Lilith. She's like the little sister I never had. So yes,
yeah,
I must taunt her about her choices in men. So
all
right, now for this Justin the Owl, you can find him. We can find him, of course, here every week on Marvel Tales for a while, but either Marvel Tales, X-Men Classics, sometimes both. You can also find him on here monthly on shows like Energon Universe, where we cover all the new Transformers and G.I. Joe stuff. One World Under Doom, the Dr. Doom podcast, and of course, the last, coming up here soon, maybe the only episodes of Ultimate Spider Cast. Once a month at the end of the month, has me, him, and the High Priest of Sausage. The deck master himself talks some Ben Radley and some slingers for the next couple months.
That's right. We're going to be doing slingers for pretty much the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think at least till the fall.
Yeah. I'm excited about that.
And of course, you can always catch him on Capes Lunatic Sidekicks at least once a month, sometimes more on We Are the Night.
The Batman podcast and Azrael.
Yes, because Justin and I talk Azrael every month, and then sometimes he joins me and Lilith to talks such characters as Catwoman or Anarchy, Killer Moth if he shows up. And of course, you can catch him every so often on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast, where we're covering Superman comics pretty much in order from the John Byrne stuff on. So believe where are we?
We've reached the 90s.
Yeah, we're in the early 90s now, pre-death. So
that's right.
No time to hop aboard.
Yep.
But again, this is he a man? Is he a machine? Is he an owl? I don't know.
None of the above.
Oh my. A biscuit
and
buttering,
all of the above.
A biscuit buttering machine. Justin the Cow. Can catch him also on these other shows.
Gamma Charge, you can find me with Russell and also with Josh as well. I keep forgetting to mention Josh. I apologize. Josh also joins us where we discuss the Hulk and the She-Hulk every month. And we also have a Patreon. Do check that out as well. And although the show is on a little bit of a hiatus right now, I'm sure it will be returning in the coming months. Predator and P-Ray. The Yocha podcast with the High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and Sparky and myself, where we talk about some classic Dark Horse comics featuring Fox's Predator. And later this year, we're going to be doing a big review of the upcoming film Predator Badlands, which is coming out towards the end of the year, which we are all extremely excited about. And then last but not least, the Lost Library of Legends. By the time this episode comes out, I actually might be close to wrapping up my retrospective on the Malibu Ultraverse title, The Strangers.
Going back to the 90s here, bitch. Double biscuits for me.
I'm still trying to plan this out in my head. Again, I said after our recording last night, me, Lilith, Russell, and Noel need to do an episode where we just try to knock Justin out of that chair with laughter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet it will happen at some point.
Oh, yeah, it has to.
Yeah, it will happen. It has been foretold.
Oh, yeah.
My Tweety bird just went off just in time for that.
Don't shock the monkey.
Boo, long-haired Superman, boo.
I'll play this in a while.
Things in common, you know, cannabis and comics and other things starts with C. That's one of the original ones.
That's right.
Superior puss. Tap, tap, tapping my way downtown.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right. So all right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, come back for a good long while. We're gonna be covering, if you want to know everything about Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 2, come back.
Yes, it all begins soon.
Can't wait. If you love these classic characters, yeah, you're a person probably in there. All right, come back next time. Remember, Doc.